I'm Maria Garcia, and this is assignment number 4. Today I'll be teaching the lesson, author's tone in reading. That's one of the competencies that I teach. I like to teach this. I don't have a classroom this time, so I don't have any media that I can show you, but I did put attachments and links for all the videos that I use in class. When I teach tone, I start by asking students, what is tone? What does that mean? And tone is the emotion that the author puts into his writing. And then I go on and ask the students, who cares? What does it matter? And I always give them a funny anecdote about my mom, for example. My mom is quite the drama queen, and I always ask the students, do you have any people like this? And most students can identify with having a drama queen in the family. So I tell them, if my mom tells me, oh my God, the dog coughed, he's gonna die, since I know that my mom tends to be over dramatic, I don't get too crazy. And that's why tone matters, because it affects the way the author perceives the information or delivers the information. I think it's important to always give students a reason why they should know something. And that's how I introduce tone. The next step of my lesson is I show them some videos. Now, I teach at Hialeah campus, which is a predominantly Hispanic culture, and it's very blue collar. And most of my students either listen to salsa or reggaeton or something more pop. So I like to use country videos just to give them an exposure to something new. And I tell them this, I don't expect them to go out and love country music, but I do like them to be exposed to different things. The first video I show them is Kenny Chesney, and if you're not aware of that video, there's a link on my assignment so that you can see it. But this video is very melancholic, and it's sentimental, very emotional and tender. And before I show it to them, I ask them to please take out a sheet of paper and then write down every emotional word that comes to their mind while they're watching the video. Once that video is showed, I ask them, well, what kind of words did you think of? And they'll say sad. Most of them don't have very extended vocabulary, sad or tender. And we talk a little bit about it, and I explain that's how tone works. And in reading, it's the same concept. Then I show them Alan Jackson's It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which is very happy and laid back and relaxing, and we do the same thing. Once we've done that, and that's my big introduction for tone, we do a group activity. I put the class into groups of no more than 4 students, and there's usually I try to make 8 groups. Then I give them a handout, which is again is attached to the document that I'm sending you, and each group has to create 2 paragraphs. Each paragraph will have a specific tone. So each group will have a different tone, 2 different tones to work with. They're supposed to do them in isolation. Each paragraph is by itself. So one of the paragraphs might be belligerent. Another one might be neutral. So they have to work with create these 2 paragraphs in groups and using the particular tone. Now the attachment will show you how that works out. It makes it a lot more simple when you can see the actual paper. Everybody has to start their paragraph with, yesterday was my cousin's wedding. This sounds kind of silly, but it's a great way to introduce tone. Why? Because everybody has cousins, and most of them have been to cousins' weddings. And what they have to do, for example, if their tone is neutral, they have to write a paragraph that has no emotion. My cousin's wedding was at 3, there was 300 guests, we ate chicken. Very simple and no emotion. If the tone is scorn, then they have to show that kind of emotion in the writing. Then what we do, once they create their paragraphs, and I walk around class and make sure that every student is on task, and I help them, because some of them might not know what to do. I help them out and I give them suggestions. After we do that, I have the students read their paragraphs. And the rest of the class, while this is happening, and again, if I had some media, you would be able to see that, I put up all the different tone words that we're using. The students have to guess what tone the group wrote about. And it comes out, some of these are hilarious because it's, especially the ones that are angry. Oh, or pessimistic was a great one. Oh, I think they're going to get divorced in a week. Things like that. We read them, and the students have to guess what tone they were describing. What's nice about this is that since I have all these tones up on the board, they could say, if it's neutral, for example, it might be neutral, objective, informative. And you'll notice all of them can be the same tone. The tone is about the same. The words are different, but it means the same thing. And that's how I teach. After we do all that, we go over all the tones. I give the students some practice for homework so that they can work on their own. And that's how I teach my students tone, an author's tone. I hope you like. And like I say, I attached everything to my document so you'll be able to see all the things I do. Thank you.